Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about No Escape, and this movie stars Owen Wilson, and Pierce Brosnan is also in it. He's not in the movie a lot, but he is in it. And I saw this movie once, back when it came out in theaters in 2015, and I wasn't really a fan of it then. And all I really remembered about it were just some things that I didn't like, and I just remembered it being really cheesy, predictable. The special effects were bad, and I just wasn't a fan of how things were presented. And rewatching the movie, I feel no different. In fact, I feel as though the movie is much worse upon revisiting it. And the only thing I really liked about it was Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan. I thought they were good. The others were trying, but nothing amazing. I wasn't a big fan of the child actors. I didn't think that they were great. My favorite part about this movie in terms of scenes, not just actors, but rather scenes. What would be my favorite scene in the movie? I would say the opening scene. And that really isn't saying all that much because I had a lot of issues with it. And the way it was cut together, it almost felt like they were initially intending on it to be one big long take. And it would be super impressive, and it felt like that was the intention of the film, but unfortunately, what we got in the end were just bits of what could be a long take, and it just doesn't really look all that impressive, and there's way too many cuts, and there's no tension because I don't really like any of the characters. It doesn't really establish the tone at all. It kind of sets up that there's going to be violence, and there's some blood that I thought looked okay, but the rest of the movie was not engaging in the slightest. Even though this movie was under 2 hours, an hour and 40, I thought the pacing was way too slow, and it was just really boring, and I didn't really find any of the characters to be interesting or likable. The most you really learn about Owen Wilson as a character is that he has a family, and that's literally just about all you get. My favorite part too would be Pierce Brosnan. I thought he was a much more interesting character than Owen Wilson, and he's not in the movie that much, but when he's on screen I thought he was good. He was definitely one of the highlights of the movie, in terms of positives, but that's not saying a whole lot. He's in the movie for 20 to 30 minutes, and he does a good job, and he makes each scene more interesting to watch than it really is. Without him, this movie would just be completely just nothing. It would have no value to it whatsoever. But he does his best. Whereas the rest of the film, it just had nothing for me. I wasn't a fan of the slow motion in the movie. It just made things look really goofy, and the music during those scenes made it unintentionally hilarious. As if, what I was seeing on screen wasn't funny enough. There were points where I found it to be really funny, but most of the movie is just really boring, and it's just a lot of nothing, and what you would expect just watching this family, try and figure out how to get to safety, and it's pretty much in the title, No Escape, and that's the basic idea for the movie, and that's all that's going on really, and not much else is added to it. And to top off everything else in the movie, nothing makes any sense, and characters are just really stupid, and I can't really link any of what's going on together. It's just a bunch of random things going on, and characters are betraying what you thought that they would do, and that kind of drains the tension within each scene, because you're wait, what am I supposed to be rooting for? And these characters are making really stupid decisions. How am I supposed to root for them if I don't like them? I just can't get behind anything in this movie, and it was really boring. My favorite parts of this movie was the unintentionally funny parts and Pierce Brosnan. And Owen Wilson, he was okay, but he doesn't really have as much screen presence like Pierce Brosnan does. So I will never be watching this movie again, not even as a so bad it's good movie. And with all that being said, I'm going to give No Escape a 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of No Escape, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Raid Redemption. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.